Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander Tactical. Today we're looking at eye protection specifically from Wiley X. These are the Lynx protective eyewear goggles kind of thing. Now this was directly from a comment that somebody left saying that they wore them and that they recommended them. So I reached out to Military First, who do stock these, so huge shout out to Military First, and said that people have been asking about these, asking about my opinion. They were like, Rand, tell you what, we'll send you a pair over so that you can test these out. Now, as far as versions are concerned, I believe there are a few different versions of these. These are the ones, which you'll see in a second, these are the ones with the OD green frame. They have the, I forget if they call them the smoke or the black lenses, and they also have the clear lenses as well that are in here. But I believe as well there's also a tan version, there might be a black version as well. But if you're unsure, have a look on the Military First website and you'll be able to look at all that other stuff. Now these are protective eyewear. Wiley X are famous for making protective eyewear. You know, they are trusted and loved all around the world by military, by armed forces, by lots of different people, whether it's recreational and you'd like to go and pew-pew at the weekend, or whether you're out in war-torn kind of conflict somewhere. Now, what I will say is that they come with a leaflet in here that tells you all about all of the tests that they've done, whether they're international standards, whether they're European standards. But I'd say I'll leave a link below so that you can have a look on the website. If you're concerned, I'd say check that and you'll be able to find out everything that you need to. For myself, for how I use these, I certainly don't need to worry. The protection that these afford me is more than enough, put it that way. Now, when you get it outside the box, I've just thrown the box down there. Other than the box, it's just a box. But they come in this little protective sleeve kind of thing. It does have a hook on here, so if at any point during the day you did want to kind of affix it to you, then you can do that. I probably wouldn't recommend doing that, but you know, you can do. But then also on the back here, there is, which I can pull this off. Anyway, there's a belt loop here. So if you wanted to, you could pass this either through a Molle ladder or a Pal's webbing ladder. You could pass that through there, or if you've got a belt, you could pass that through there as well. What I'd probably recommend is if you've got a general purpose pouch that you're going to keep this in, then get some paracord, tie it onto the top. There's usually a latch on here or something that you can tie that to so that you can get it out, you can do it, and then rather than dropping it and losing this because it's attached in here, you can then put it in, drop your paracord in so that you've always got somewhere safe that you can then put your glasses and your eye protection once you've finished using it. The sleeve itself is made from like it feels like a neoprene kind of wetsuit kind of material. Which I'm guessing will also, because neoprene's got that little bit of sponge to it, it will also help to protect your glasses when they're in here. To open this up, super simple, you have a zip over the top and then it kind of clamshells open. Now, if I bring these out for a second, what I will do is, let's undo this. I'm just going to put these on my noggin for a second, mainly so that we can just quickly go over what you get in the box. Let's just put them on there for a second. Now, on the inside of the box, what I do is, so it does come with one of these little microfiber wipe things. That's just so that you, through the day or whatever it is that you're doing, you know, you can give these a bit of a rub, you can clean them off. How I put them away is, I will put this, let's pretend these are the goggles, hopefully you saw that as I took them out. I'll put them in that and then put the goggled package inside here. On the inside here there is a lot of felt, so it will stop it from scratching, but you know, the more protection that you can get, the more protection, you know, is better. So if you can wrap it in something and then put it on something on the inside, it just means that they're not going to be scratched. On the inside, here's your little booklet, here's your warranty information, here's all of your stuff that tells you about all of the testing that's been done. And then hopefully, so if you can see at the moment, so these are the black lenses, but it also comes with inside here, so there's one of the clear lenses, And rest assured, the other clear lens is in there. On the back of here is a little bit of hook and loop, so that when you push it into here, the felt that's on the inside connects with that hook and loop, and yeah, that just keeps it all in place. But as I say, so when I take these off, what I will do is I will make the band as tight as it can go, close them up, then take that skibbity bob like so, wrap it. I've done a terrible job there. Wrap it in there and then put that back in, and again it just makes sure that it's just protected. If you're enjoying the content today and you'd like to support my channel, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button below. If you do choose to do that, I'd like to say a huge thank you and welcome on board into the Moorlander community. Now back to today's content. Okay, now the glasses themselves, rather than being an over-the-ear glasses with arms, these are more of a goggle style glass, and they also have a joint here at the bridge. So, and this is how you put them away, so that you can then fold them up. So they do fold away really small. When you're putting these on, when you put them away, I definitely recommend pulling the strap, that's the word that I'm thinking of, pulling the strap as tight as you can get. That way you can then fold this down and they close away a lot easier. You will find that if you've had these on all day and the strap is out, and then you try and fold these in, it's just a massive mess. The strap itself is a really nice strap. I've seen this type of kind of fixture on quite a few different glasses in the past. It works incredibly well. So when you've got it on, what I find is if you open it out as much as you can get it, put it onto your head to make sure that it fits perfectly, and then with the straps, what you have to do is you just kind of slide them apart, and that will make it tighter like this. And the way that it's designed is that you can't pull one more than you pull another. As you pull them, it's got roughly the same amount of friction on both sides, and then it gets it just right. But there is plenty of give on these. So I've got a huge watermelon sized head. I think it's 60 or 61 centimeters all the way around, and hopefully, as you can see, there's still quite a bit left on there. If it is that you're wearing a beanie, then again, you know, I've got a beanie on and there's still plenty of room. If it is that you're wearing a helmet, you can also wear these over a helmet. It does make them a little bit tight, however, they do still work. You can still get this on over a helmet. But yeah, I think they're better to be worn under a helmet. Now, can you wear it under a helmet? Yes, you certainly can. You can put these on, put the helmet on overwards. What you will find is that you probably want to either lift them a little bit further up or a little bit further down, mainly because of where your cushions are on the inside of your helmet. So before you put your helmet on, check where your cushions are and get them just about right. That's not because of this part here, where the cushion sits on this part is perfectly fine. It's these two slides. So what you'll probably find is if you put it on and then just kind of move this up around a little bit and then put it back on again, you get it so it fits perfectly, but it will fit either under or over a helmet. Now if you want to take these off, they're very easy to take off. So at the end of the day, if you've had a sweaty day, rather than having to undo some sort of complicated buckle, it just uses hook and loop. So you can pass this back through here, you can give them a bit of a wash. As far as washing is concerned, when I wash mine, I just wash them with a very light soap and warm water. I don't use hot water. I just give it a bit of a swill around until you can see some of the dirt, some of the sweat that's come out, and then I'll just kind of put it on the side. I don't put it onto a hot radiator, mainly because for elastic and that sort of stuff, it's good not to put it onto a hot radiator. But if you just put it somewhere that's reasonably warm so that it will dry, then you can do. Now I have washed these, or at least I've washed the strap. I'm just trying to think how many games I played with these over the summer, over the winter. I probably washed these about 3 times. No, Right, okay, I've washed these twice. No fading in the colour, nothing like that. They look exactly that they did when I first got them. The only thing, because of my TISM and OCD, is making sure that I put them on the right way up, because there's a little Wiley X logo there, and you put it on upside down and you feel like, you know, somebody's going to murder your family because you got them on the wrong way around. So you have to put them on the right way around, and then you know that your family's going to be safe while you're out, or something like that. But yes, so there's your strap. Because these are the OD green versions, you've got an OD green strap. If you've got the tan versions, then you would have a tan strap. On the front, hopefully you can see there, you've got your OD green as well. The lenses on here, so I don't know how you change them, if I'm being honest, mainly because I just haven't changed them. I like the black versions. Alright, okay, you can see it through there. So they do look reasonably easy to change. It looks like there's kind of a pinch thing here. So if I pinch that, it'll pop out and then I can pop them out. Does look relatively simple, but if you follow the instructions, then you'll be able to take those out. For me, I really like the black lenses, or the smoke lenses, whatever it is that they call them on here. Now, as far as when you've got them on, the actual difference, or the drop in colour, it's no different really to wearing a pair of sunglasses. It's not overly dark. I don't do any sort of nighttime skirmishing, so I've been fine with them because I just skirmish during the day. Now when they are on, you get full protection from your face. So this is something that people have been asking previously about other pieces of eyewear as far as protection. If there are any gaps here at the side, here at the bottom, or on your nose bridge. The way that these work is it's a full closure around your face. So if I hold these up like so, on the inside here, across the bottom, here across the top, here across the bottom, you have this padding on there, and when I put these on, that padding is in contact with my face 100%, apart from there is a tiny wee gap, and when I say a wee gap, I'm talking maybe a millimetre, nothing more. And that is because here, if you can see, so this padding is maybe say 5 mil, and then as it comes round to the side here, it drops down to about 4 mil. That's so that when you have these and when you close them, that's a small recess that this fits into, so that when you close these down and then you close them up like that, that they will fold away perfectly. So it's it's just there, but where is that recess? That recess is underneath this strap and this protrusion that goes around to the back of your head. So the chance of something being able to get in there are infinitesimally small. And when you've got this on, nothing will get through. Now what you're probably thinking at this point is, how do they fit and how comfortable are they through the day? And I would say they are generally very comfortable. I've tried lots of these glasses where they are proper glasses with an arm that goes over your ear, and it's just getting it right, because everybody's face is ever so slightly different. The difference with these is because you have this articulated bridge here, then you can fit this a lot closer to your face. As I mentioned, I have quite a large melon-shaped head. Mrs. Moorlander has tried these on. I've also given these to both of my daughters, the mini Moorlanders, and they've tried them. And you can see that when they have them on, they just kind of curve ever so slightly just to hug your face, to make sure that absolutely nothing. And I'm going to say 360 degrees all around here, apart from these tiny wee parts that you're not going to get in anything anyway, then you've got protection from all angles. One of my struggles, and I will be 100% honest with this, is because I'm a sweaty fat bastard, it doesn't take a lot for me to engage sweaty fat bastard mode. And these do fog up. That is the unfortunate side. So where the fogging happens, so just on the inside here, because that's the closest bit to my nose, and just on the outside here and here, where it's kind of the closest to my cheek, they do a good job of allowing air in though. So on the front, across the top, there are air portholes that allow air to come in and then it's forced down into it. Also on the bottom here as well, and here, there is more of that air portholes, which again allows the air to come in and then it will travel up to it to allow some air to kind of circulate. If you're moving forward a lot, that allows air to come in and it allows air to circulate. So it might come in through here, circulate, and then vent out the top, or it might come in through the top, circulate, and vent out through the bottom. When you're running around and you're doing active stuff, it allows the air to kind of, rather than just passively enter, it forces the air in to circulate around, which does a good job. And what you'll find is that as you're moving, the steam kind of dissipates a little bit more. But I'm now moving, which means I'm now expelling more energy, so that when I stop moving, I'm hotter and I'm sweatier, and now they fog up. So take that as you will. I have played a full day skirmishing with these. What I find is that it just kind of forces me to just keep moving, which is funny in a way, because I do like to sit and camp every now and again, because I've got snacks in here and I want to have a bit of a snack. But it really does kind of force you to keep moving. On days where I've been not playing on my usual site, and there's days when it's been quite a windy site, they've been great because it's actively been pushing air into here, which has been recycling around. On days when I just come into the woods, if I've got a new rifle and I'm just plinking, these are awesome. They look freaking cool, and because I'm not expelling large amounts of energy and I'm not sweating, I've got these on and I feel fucking awesome. I mean, as far as goggles are concerned, there's a fuck me, they look cool kind of factor to this. They remind me, growing up in the 90s, they remind me a lot of those early 90s Oakleys. When you've got them on, it fully wraps round. So if I'm looking forward at you, I can just see the bridge of my nose, or at least I can just see the plastic on the bridge. The longer I stare at you, and my eyes are working perfectly, and I'm not paying attention to that, now I can't see it. But now I've just started to look at it, I can just see it. So as far as directionally straight in front of you, there's very little that obscures your sight as far as the nose piece is concerned. That's one, because the bridge on the nose is reasonably small, but two, because it is so close to your face. If I'm looking at my peripheral now, if I'm looking directly at you and not paying attention, so I can see my hands here, but I can't see the plastic either side of this, which is excellent. So you get more of an angle from where you're looking around on your periphery, as I mentioned. So I'm looking directly at you, I can see my hands, but I can't see the plastic of the rim. That's not to say that if I look directly right, okay, now I can see my nose, I can see the nose bridge there, and now I can see the plastic. But hopefully we're all going to be facing forward whilst we're wearing these. As far as at the top here, so lifting my hands, so my hands now are not visible, which is great. Coming down here, I can still see my hands, they're pretty much on my chest now. So again, the amount of your peripheral that you see with these is excellent. When they do start to steam up, whatever coating that they have on the inside of these also will turn that steam into droplets, which is a strange situation where it looks like you're looking through a shower door. But what you will see on the sides is, after a while, and you can almost kind of force that to happen by shaking your head a little bit, is that you'll see those droplets and then they'll start to appear. So that's what I got when I found that I wore these for a full day skirmishing. In the morning when I was really quite warm, that condensation started to bead and then started to come down to here, which meant that where some of these air holes were, that there was some water coming out of those. I guess the air holes at the bottom are kind of a dual purpose, so that you can let air in and out, but you can also let some of that condensation seep down as well. As far as all-day skirmishing in the winter is concerned, I was okay with these. Although they did fog up, it didn't fog up right in front of me. It was just kind of here where my sight is, and just a little bit here in the middle. So it wasn't too bad. Now, I've had these, when did I get these? I think it was November time. I think it was November when I got these. So I've had, what, 5 months worth of skirmishing through the winter. How these will handle in the summer when I'm very hot. Here in the Kingdom of the Moorlands, it's also very humid as well throughout the majority of England and Wales and Scotland and Northern Ireland. It does get quite humid. So running around all day with these, only time's going to tell when I test these out in the summer whether I can wear these all day. But again, if I'm not running around and I just come out into the woods, I need some eye protection, I'm going to do some plinking, I'm going to test some of my rifles. These are awesome, and they've got that they look cool factor. Now, the only thing that I would say about these as well is, and I think this is how they were packaged when they came to me, is that, so on the inside here, hopefully you'll see you've got all of this kind of padding that goes around the face. Where the nose bridge is here and the nose bridge is here, this padding has kind of been forced out, and then here it's been forced out as if it's almost kind of folded round into the eye. I think that is because when these came to me, what had happened is one of these buckles had got in between those and it had forced it in. Now, that's not necessarily a manufacturing error, that's when these were folded up and they were just kind of pushed in there. Has it affected how they've worked? No, not at all, not one bit. If you're the type of person that likes all of your gear to stay as new and as shiny as long as possible, you may potentially notice that on there. It hasn't affected them, it hasn't affected the quality of them. As far as I'm concerned, it hasn't affected the safety of them. But if Wiley X are watching this, it's just here and just here where where that cushion, when they were folded, when they came to me, that cushion had been forced into the glasses. But other than that, I do genuinely love these. They've got a genuine kind of poser factor to them. And in fact, if I take my beanie off, let's put these back on, and if you want to, so let's make them a little bit tighter. There they are, so they're a little bit tighter, they fit me perfectly now. You can also wear your beanie over the top of them as well, which, when you have it like this, these look just like they're going back, like they would go over your eye, like they're just wearing a normal pair of glasses. The only slight thing is you can see where this buckle is here and here, but other than that, great protection, and they just look freaking cool. So yeah, so there you go. Right, let's take these off for a second. Now, I do want to say a huge thank you to Military First for sending these my way. It's great getting feedback from you guys when you mention other kind of iPro. If it is something that Military First do stock, because they do stock a hell of a lot of iPro on their website. If you've got any suggestions, then leave a comment below and I will endeavour to reach out to them, and they're usually very good at being able to send me some stuff. Now, just in case you're not aware, in fact, whilst I'm talking about this, I'll put these away as I usually do. Just in case you're not aware of who Military First are, Military First are one of the UK's largest outdoor military and recreation websites. They have a lot of different manufacturers from all around the world. And yeah, they're one of the best and easiest places to purchase from here in the UK. They also do international shipping as well. So if you're in Europe, I know I've got people that watch the channel that are in Australia and also North America as well. They will post to North America. I don't know how the tariffs work now, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, so I put them in that sleeve, then put them in the what's it case, put them back in there, and yeah, you just chuck these in your bag and you're good to go. So yes, where was this? So huge shout out to Military First who did send them my way. I'll leave their links below so that you can see more from their Wiley X products and the other products that they have on the website. I'll leave some of my social media links below as well so you can see more from me here on Moorlander Tactical and my sister channel, Moorlander EDC, where I look at more kind of everyday sort of stuff. And whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander and stay tactical. Why do I always end up standing next to something that if I move like half an inch to the left, I'm going to kick something and then end up falling over? I know, because you're a fucking bellend. That's why, you knobhead. Because you don't think before you act. Bellend. I'll tell you what, let's get the box. Because I know some of you box lovers like to see boxes as well, don't you? Oh, what does the box look like? It looks like this. Oh, show me more, Moorlander, show me more. I only know that because I'm a filthy pervert like you all, so I want to see the box. That's what she said. No. If she was a lesbian, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, where are we going? Fucking do your work properly, knobhead. I've been doing pretty good as far as bloopers are concerned, although I do think there's quite a few in this one. Anyway, I hope you're all good. These are really smart, by the way. I wish I wasn't such a sweaty fat bastard though, because I think I might struggle with these in the summer, but I've got other ones that I can wear in the summer. But I keep these in my rifle bag now, just for when I come out to here, do a bit of plinky with these. Yeah, everyone's good. Everyone is gangbusters. Right, I think I'm gonna head home, go and get some lunch. So, I mean, I say head home. It's not far away. Anyway, cool. See you soon. Love you lots. Remember to stay safe. If you're out pew-pew-pewing, don't forget your eyes, don't forget your ears, don't forget your gloves. And yeah, have a good one. See you soon.